All right, so for DWI checkpoints on Long Island and New York City, where do you see them happening normally? What cities?
I see them a lot now on Long Island, in the Hamptons, Southampton, East Hampton, West Hampton, Hampton Bays, Northampton. We see them in Quogue. We see them in Huntington, all over Suffolk County, Nassau County. They are out, but they've been moving around, so we can't pinpoint exactly where they are, but they're coming out of the Glen Cove area. People should just be wary. It is summertime, and you can't pick up a newspaper without seeing something about DWI. You can't pick up a newspaper without seeing something about boating while intoxicated. And it's all out there. We have several boating while intoxicated cases that we've been very successful in defending. But these things are out there, and this is the reaction that is going on now, because it makes good media headlines for the government, for the police.
And you mentioned previously there's an app for Android and iPhone right now that lets you tape your encounter with the police?
Yes, it is called Police Tape. It is created by the ACLU in New Jersey. It is legal. It's for all smartphones. I downloaded it onto my smartphone. I encourage people that if they have an encounter with the police at any time, why should the police be the only ones with the video? It certainly is something that people should protect themselves. And unfortunately, we live in a time and an age where we need to protect ourselves from the government to a certain extent. And if you can, certainly I would encourage you to record the encounter with the police.
Okay, so you don't think that they'll be subject to any criminal penalties for doing that?
I don't believe you're subject to any criminal penalties. I'm going to say the police are not going to want you to do it, so I don't know necessarily that you want to shine it in the space, but you certainly can discreetly, you can turn it on, leave it on the seat of your car, you can put it someplace. So there's audio. The police tape does have audio and visual. Something that you can download, you can experiment with and see how it's best. But again, if you have nothing to hide, then there's no reason not to, protect yourself and make a record of what went on. We know that, the police officer's word is not supposed to be worth any more than yours, but the reality is that people tend to believe the police officers more than they believe us. So it's nice sometimes if the police officer is not being 100% truthful or candid. At least, the recording of the account can show that you were in a better condition than he says you were in, and that you didn't sound, in the condition that they say you sounded.
So in New York, are there in-car police cameras?
Some do. Some have in-car police cameras, yes. Some of the sheriff's cars in Suffolk County have videos. Some of the local police, again, Quogue seems to be one of the ones that has still in-car police cameras. The majority do not. So it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, I find, to defend cases for people to come to me and tell me their side of the story, and not to be able to have that video to show that their driving was not bad, that their demeanor was not agitated, and that they were able to perform these tests. It's a shame. They do have in Nassau County, in some of the police precincts and in the police headquarters, a video camera that they will record a refusal of a breath test. There are some that actually record the taking of what they call, again, the field sobriety test. Those will be recorded, and they'll be actually recording of taking the breath test. In New York County, they do that in the precinct where you're going to take the breath test. They'll record you consenting to take the breath test, the actual taking of the breath test. If you submit to those physical maneuvers, those will be recorded as well. And usually, it's helpful to us to have that on video.
Yeah, it actually could be used to help your defense if you're on camera. It's better for you probably to be on camera, right?
Yes, even if you voluntarily consent to taking it. Again, there are times when people can consent to taking these. The majority of the time, it's usually we prefer that people don't consent to taking the tests. But the video is taken with the person standing, so we can see that the person is not swaying. We can hear their speech. We can see that they understand the questions being posed to them and that they're communicative to the people. So it's not the intoxicated person that the trier, the fact the jury, the judge is led to believe that the person was a babbling baboon. Instead, it's a person who's just speaking and they look sober.